I have been struggling with a little bit of a cold and a cough, which I decided is probably not the sort of thing that I should be presenting to the world. But I want to play my game, and as you can see, we're going in the right direction with population towards the next milestone, which I like to do live on stream. So, cold be damned, cough be damned, slightly dodgy voice be damned. Because I am playing my game and I am streaming. If I shut up for a while, it's because my voice can't cope. So, welcome back to the city of Portland, where we have not been for a little while. I played a little bit off stream, fair bit off stream actually, over the last week or so. When did I last stream? I don't know, I can't even remember. But the big news is, since the last time I was live, is we had a bit of an earthquake that hit right here, right in the city, in the eastern district. And we can still see the scar, or part of the scar that is left over from that event. We haven't got enough soil available to fill the whole thing in. The scar did come along here, and I've just moved it into a deeper hole to sort of fill things in and restore the city. And that was the big event, but we've got things back to sort of as they were. The train line is slightly different, as I've used a bridge just to fill that space. But the station is roughly where it was before. The line comes in. The metro station was roughly where it was before. Everything got reconnected. Water got reconnected, and I used the event as an opportunity to start upgrading my bypass road as it comes around here. Now, originally this was a 6-lane bi-directional road, but I've been upgrading it in sections to a motorway status. So we still got 6 lanes, 3 in each direction, but we have the advantage of the slip road exits down to the roundabouts, so the roundabouts don't interrupt people that are just continuing straight over. So that's what's been going on here. This used to be a housing estate in here. A strange place for a housing estate, I know, but it used to be in there. That disappeared, that's gone now. Replaced with ugly roads. And there's now a motorway status. Right round here, right round the southern boundary of the city, right around to the western boundary. As we go up, we can see we've got the road upgraded to motorway status with all these roundabouts. Sometimes it goes over the roundabout, sometimes it goes under, but the same principle, where you can just continue on your motorway, or you can leave and join the roundabout and join the city. And we carry on, and we've got a bit more to do here. And we've got a legacy part of the road here, where it's still the 6-lane but single carriageway road. And this is how the roundabouts used to look. And as we come around here, we can see, again, we've got the motorway status, and it just sort of fizzles out into the legacy bit. So that still needs upgrading. As we go around here, we can see the motorway status continues. It continues under here, under the bridge. And it comes up here, and then we're basically at the point there we need to upgrade this roundabout so that the motorway status here can continue through to here without having to be interrupted by the roundabout. Now, the problem here, of course, is I've got this thing plonked in the middle of it, the department store. So that's going to have to move at some point so that the motorway can continue. The other option is that I sink the motorway underground. So it doesn't just go under the roundabout, it actually goes underground. And then we can leave the department store where it is, which is really just plonked there. It's probably not really the ideal location for it, but there we go. It is what it is. So that's that. Then what else happened? Well, I've been expanding the commercial district here. I can't remember if I did that on stream or not, but if I didn't, it's been expanding over here. And the road sort of follows the line of the railway here, and we've got commercial districts either side of the railway. And of course no way to interconnect these because the tracks are in the way and there's no space for a bridge. So you have to decide where you're going from here. What else? What else? What else? We've got a new residential estate in up here. This is a very high-tech residential estate, a self-sufficient one, I think it is. If I look at the zoning, residential, and what we've got here. Sorry, wrong one. Self-sufficient buildings. Now this really makes my computer crawl, and you can probably see the drop frames. This is really struggling to render what's going on here. There's so much going on, but it looks nice. So that's the newest residential district, and we've got that connected over to the bypass on this roundabout here, and it connects into the other residential areas. You've got some ugly industry over here, quite polluting industry over here, some commerce, which I've started putting in using roundabouts more for the junctions. Just trying to optimize how things work, trying to think about it when I put new districts in, trying to think about how traffic is going to work from the outset, rather than just drawing a road here, plonking another road down, and dealing with crossroads and the inherent traffic problems that all causes. So that's the newest residential area over here, and we've got subway connections at the top, at the bottom, and then linking right through to the station over here. And if we look at the transit, we can see that going on just here, and you can also link down into the more legacy areas of the city that are very much a mess. You'll have to excuse the voice. I have a nice hot tea on the go to try and soothe the throat, but you can probably hear my voice is a bit strained. So what's going on at this station? We're getting 1,000 passengers a week. Relatively speaking, I have no idea if that's a lot, but for me that's a lot. And the metro is well used, or it was, over in this area here. Or 334 actually, that's dropped since last time I checked. Maybe it was this one. 822, so we're getting quite a good use of metro connections in this this residential area, which is a little bit out of the way, admittedly, but it does connect down to the bypass this way or this way quite nicely. In terms of population, well, we've had our ups and downs since getting to the last milestone, which was 70,000, and it's been fluctuating lots. And we have a bit of a problem with birth rate and death rate in this city, where it very much fluctuates between people are too old and dying off, and we get a population drop, and then of course it's all replenished and the population grows and things swing back to the positive. The net effect is that we are growing. We do see little drops every now and again, and at the moment we seem to be going in the right direction, which is good. Now when it comes to this area over here, this has had a bit of work. This used to be a bog standard residential area. It's now self-sufficient in housing, which is similar to what we have on the new estate up here. So we've had an upgrade down here. And this district has been named the Old Gateway Park, after this bit here and this bit here. This was the original southern boundary of the city, and so it's named as such. This was the way in, the original connection to the external motorways. This was the gateway to the city. So we have got Old Gateway Park, and that's what this housing estate is also named. We do have a little bit of an issue here. We can see what's going on. Let's find out. No uncollected dead people. Well, yeah, I can imagine that would be a reason to move out. Let's have a look then and see what is going on. Here's at death care. Well, we've got green lines. We've got a cemetery over here. So I dare say it's just a traffic issue. But, you know, keep people happy. Let's put another... Can't squeeze one in anywhere. That's not going to cause too much destruction. No, because it's on a curve, it doesn't want to go in there. That's going to be the same over here. No, that's okay, it can go in there. You know, I didn't even do the right thing. Get rid of that. I wanted one of them. There we go. So hopefully that will just ease the pressure over here, even though we do have one cemetery anyway. Let's just have a little look again. So the problem may well be access, because access down here is just through this road here. We've got this little branch here, but it doesn't go anywhere. It's just a dead-end road. I could consider hooking that up to the roundabout, although that would mean moving some bits and pieces around, or doing the unthinkable and encroaching on the park, and I don't want to be doing that. So rather than hooking onto the roundabout directly, maybe a little branch down here, just onto this 2-lane road, will just improve connectivity a smidge. There we are. And hopefully then that will resolve these little niggles that we've got. Well, I'm amazed at how bad my voice is sounding. It sounds absolutely terrible in my head, and I can't hear myself. I'm not monitoring my own speech through the microphone. So, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't sound quite so bad to you, dear viewer. Particularly because the microphone is only the webcam microphone. There's nothing special. There's nothing high-tech going on here. But in my ears right now, my voice sounds dire. And this might not actually be a very good thing for it to be sitting here and chatting away, but you know, the sacrifices I do. So they've got the same problem. No one's collecting dead people. And what's the betting? That it's going to be the same. Let's see. No, it's the same. So we have a little problem. Excuse me. We need to figure out then what is going on. Let's have a look. Hearses in use is only 2 of 9. So they should have capacity. There shouldn't be a problem there. They're, of course, limited to this little tiny gravel road, which is a bit of a legacy road, which I haven't upgraded because the school doesn't really allow it, considering where the school is currently placed. Although now I've got the move it mod, thinking about it, I probably can move that. Let's see. Yeah, look. I can just squeeze it over there. I wonder if now I can upgrade the road. This will be exciting. Can I? No, I can't. So the move it mod didn't help with that. Oh, just move that back there. Which is a pity. Because I don't want to get rid of the school, I don't want to go through the hassle demolishing it, I don't really have anywhere to put it. Although saying that, I mean, if I really tried, I suppose I could just dump it over there for a minute, upgrade the road, and then dump it back, couldn't I? That would work. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just move this then. Dump it over there. They're all going to think they're getting a nice new high school, but they're not. Everyone here thinks they're losing their high school, but they're not. Ah, the space is still occupied. Space is occupied there because we've got another school. Okay, why? Is that because we got that funny little curve there, I wonder? Okay. Okay, that's an improvement. Let's do it properly. I don't want to upgrade now. I want to bring that forward. I can curve that around. Let's join there. Right, let's bring that school back. Where was it? Down here, wasn't it? Yeah. I'll probably find it doesn't fit at all now. No, it doesn't. Come on, fit down there. Ah, oh, fiddlesticks. Okay, let's square that road up. I was hoping the curve could be kept. I quite like curved roads. I'm not really a fan of lots of right angles, but if that's what we need to have to make things fit, I suppose I could just do a slight curve there. Let's try again then. Come on. Yeah. Yep, 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 yep. Huzzah. Good. Right. Now, we've got two different types of road here, so let's just upgrade and make sure everything's the same. This is one way, isn't it? So that's stupid. No, it's not one way, it's two way. What am I thinking? I'm losing my mind. Okay. That's an improvement. Doesn't solve the primary school. Is that a primary school or is that a library? What is that? That's the library. Okay, we'll do the same again. I'm going to move the library. Pop it over here. They all think I'm being generous and these guys will think I'm being horrible. Upgrade the road and then see if we can fit it back in. So if you've just joined the stream, welcome along. You'll hear me say this a number of times probably throughout the stream, but I apologise for the state of my voice. I'm on the tail end of a cold, which turned into a nasty cough. Doesn't fit. And the cough is still there to a point. Where did that just go green? Oh, it was up there probably, was it? Yeah, the cold turned into a nasty cough and sort of lingered. Oh, it can go there. Alright, I can go there. Did I say school? I meant library. Okay. Moved around a bit, but it's okay. Can we upgrade these roads? No. Okay, so once again, I'm going to take these out. And what we need to do, because this loop, so this is a loop around for the bus. What have I got there? That's a park. Can't go in there. So I'm going to have to come up here. Just loop it. The question is, can I fit? I bet the answer is no. That's annoying. So the idea is that the buses loop around. Which they can do anyway, but it's not the tidiest way of doing things. Let's just play around with things a little bit. Yeah, so because I've got that slight curve on the road just here, I can't move that library down. If you'll bear with me a moment, dear viewer, I do have to keep my eye on emails and things for work purposes. I just need to check one little thing. Okay, I need to do one little thing. Talk amongst yourselves. I must make sure I don't miss out on work. You see, my freelance nature means I do have to just pop in and check these things out from time to time, and I will have that. Thank you very much. Okay, job done. Good. Right, normal service is resumed. So, I think what we need to do then is straighten out this road. Bring the library back down onto this road, onto Blackwell Street. And then see if we can bring that loop back. Now, it doesn't mean we'll lose these houses, but that will hopefully be a small price to pay for something that will maybe, not guaranteed, but maybe work a little better. I do mean maybe. Now, let's see. Will it work? Will it fit? Come on. Yes. Okay. The library is... yeah, the library is back where it was. We still haven't got our turning circle in. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I suppose really to a point I'm just being a bit picky, but... I quite liked my little turning circle. It might have to become a turning square. See, now the park is causing an issue. This is the problem when you try and redevelop. Everything causes an issue because everything has its space already. I'm going to bring the park over there for now. And then I'm going to bring the road up here. And I'm going to see if I can bring the park back. Now, I can do that, but the question is, can I? Yes, I can. Good. So it's a turning circle of sorts. And then we'll bring the park. Let's see if we can bring the park back to where it was. And then now, question is, did that street connect through? It can't have done, can it? It can't have done. I don't think it can have done. There's a question. I don't think it can have done. I think I'm going to leave it like that. It's just a little no-through road. Cul-de-sac, if you will. There's my population hovering around 86. Okay. That's high density, so I'm guessing that was high density there. We'll just fill in those little zones there. And I'm just going to take out that little tiny one there. And maybe I'll just put these as light residential to go with all these bits. Light residential in by the school. That looks like it should be dense. And we'll have that as dense as well. Why not? Okay. Problem solved. That was a long time coming. That road, which was a dirt track, was a dirt track since almost day one. Because this is the original residential area. These two streets, right back when the city was first founded, whenever that was, how many ever weeks ago, this was the first residential area. So this was the first high school. And we've got a crime problem. Okay. So yeah, so that was a dirt track for a very, very long time. Now what I'm also going to do here is just upgrade this to a one-way loop. Doesn't matter which way round it goes. And I'm also going to use the mod to say, okay, looks like it's no parking anyway. It's going to say no parking, but that's fine. If it's no parking already, that is fine by me. Got a bus stop there, so that's near the school already, so that's okay. The question is, why have we got such high crime rate? We have police coverage. Police station is there. To get to it, you have to go round. Yeah, it's a bit out of the way, I suppose. Can't just squeeze that in there? No. Just squeeze that in down there? Could do. Lose some houses. Or we could put one in here. So well, let's put one in here where the houses haven't been redeveloped yet. There we are. Okay, so that's a nice little bit of redevelopment. It's not massively changed. Because this was the legacy, if you like, the legacy residential district, the first residential district of the city, I don't really want to change it too much. I want to maintain its character. It's not that it's got much character, but you know, it's two straight lines, this one and this one. But I don't really want to change it too drastically, because effectively it's a historic district where you can see I've upgraded residential zones to high density all around. All down here has stayed quite low, very much as it would have been when it first started. There has been changes, there has been necessary changes. This roundabout never used to be here. This used to be a junction with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 roads all coming together into two, well, I think it was two very, very close together junctions. Nightmare for traffic, so that had to change. And that was a big redevelopment. But the character of this area has very much stayed the same, and that's why the dirt track was still there. And yeah, upgrading it was necessary.
Meteorologists are issuing a thunderstorm warning for the coming days. Citizens are advised to stay indoors.
Got a bit of weather coming our way. Now we have the lightning rod, Ujimi what's it policy enacted. So hopefully we won't too much burning down. Now while I've been messing around down there, we've got a lot of stuff going wrong up here. We've got huge demand for industry, and also fair demand for commerce. And I think the commerce is why we've got not enough buyers. So we need more commerce. There is a commercial district around here. Sorry, let's get rid of that. It's a very narrow commercial district at the moment. It's just sort of sandwiched between the main motorway and the bypass. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll either bridge the motorway and bring a commercial district in down here, or I could come off this roundabout and do it. This is a bit of a legacy junction, but since it's there I could use it. This is me just messing around and experimenting with access to motorways before I decided on doing this sort of junction with the motorway running. Excuse me, with the motorway running underneath or above a roundabout. I decided to do 2 roundabouts and a bridge. And here comes the rain. So we're going to see a bit of a storm coming. Excuse me. It's interesting, we've still got all this demand for buyers, but there's a still humongous demand for industry going in there. It's a little bit of a difficult area to develop in because we've got a bit of a hill, so we can see the hill just here. I've not been one to really mess around with landscaping too much. I've been much more interested in building with the landscape as it is. Not 100%. That's not to say I've never used landscaping tools. I have, of course I have. But by and large, it's been building within the realms of what the landscape offers. So we will see things up on the hills. We will see bridges and weird shaped roundabouts, which this used to be a lot more weird actually. I should try and level that out a little bit, but this used to be a lot more weird, and I've straightened out a lot. Crime rate is interesting. I'm not too sure why I'm getting little peaks in crime just there. Let's have a little look at the crime map. Okay, we haven't got police coverage down here. Well, that sort of makes sense then, I suppose, doesn't it? There we go. Right, we'll look at this. Let's admire the storm, shall we? It's a
thunderstorm is battering the city.
I was going to say it's a daytime storm, but I don't put the night mode on. So. Imagine the bulk of the lightning is going to strike the high rise, but not exclusively. Now we do have some fire starting in the high rise. Oh, and the hospital's been struck. So let's hope the fire engines, well, the fire engines are there, so they're there already. Are they going to be alright to go there, or are they going to have to go right round? Well, that's an issue. Can they go via... Where are they going? Where are they going? No! Where are they going? Save the hospital first. Crikey. And everybody just goes about their business normal. The hospital is ablaze. But we've got 2,121 people a week going in and out of this underground station. They're not going to stop for a little thing like that. The fire engines have turned up. The hospital will be saved. That's good. Here it says it's a small one. That's fine. Little jarring. Not a problem. We've got high rise a light here. Only a small fire. But the lightning rod ordnance, or whatever you would call it, is helping, because last storm I had a lot more high-rise buildings would catch. Just notice over here we've got a break in power. I need to get that restored because the toll booths will not... Another break in power. The toll booths will not be working. Oh no, they will. Sorry, it's not that's going to be a problem. This is the sewage outlet for the toll booths, so they're not going to like that. So let's see if we can reconnect that straight away. This might be foolhardy, depending on how long the storm lasts. It might just come and zap it again. But let's see. No, I think the storm just fizzled out. Oh no, sorry, I stand corrected. We've got a whole zone out here. No power. Okay. They've lost power. Where did the power lines come from that? Those lines have power. We've lost the connection to a power plant here somewhere. Interesting. This all looks like it should be powered through one route or another, but maybe it's not. So we'll reconnect everything and hopefully we'll get enough electricity back. That is interesting. Let's reconnect here, and we don't need that one there. I suppose potentially it could be because we've cut off. No, it can't just be because we cut off the whoops, these two turbines. That would be silly. We've got a connection. We've got a braking connection here, but that shouldn't be the end of the world because that should route around that way. So interesting. We've got a braking connection here, but that should only affect the radio mast. The toll booth here is off. That's understandable. We connect that easily. There's only one link for that. And the electricity supply has come back. So I think probably what happened is, although it was all connected, well, I don't know. Everything looked like it should have been connected one way or the other, so I don't know why that was lost. Let's look at the disasters then. Let's look at the disaster report, see what we had. Right, recent thunderstorms, no casualties, huzzah. 7 buildings on fire, 113 trees. That's not too bad. Not too shabby. Right, this should all rebuild itself. Have we got anything majorly destroyed? It all looks okay. There's a bit of a fire over here. Look. Oh, crumbs. Bit of a forest fire going on there. So as an artificial forest is quite obvious with the grid of trees. So it's just to shelter the recycling plant to hide it a bit. But now we've got a bit of a blaze because of that. Don't know if the helicopters will come over and help. We do have fire service helicopters. They're not over at this region though. They're over here. This is the depot, if you like. But I think we've escaped there pretty well. Yeah, ever so slightly marginal population drop, and barely anything to write home about, considering we were about 85,900. Excuse me. Oh, I apologise. Dear oh dear. That's not what you want to hear, is it? Okay, so we've got a huge demand for industry. We've got demand for commerce. We were looking at commerce before the thunderstorm struck. So we were thinking, shall we bridge the motorway off this commercial district, or shall we create a new one off this roundabout? I'm inclined to think about doing the latter. just because we've got a bridge here, we've got a roundabout here, we're not doing anything with it. We've got a lot of space here. Potentially we've got a lot of space for forestry-based industry around here. But it's quite thin on the ground here, so maybe if we take this area and use that as commerce, why not? I'm going to take a... Well, let's try and make it relatively nice. What is this one? Large avenue across 2-lane avenue with a decorated grass strip and parking space. No, I don't want that. And a 4-lane. Yeah, because we're going commercial. So it's not going to be overly exciting, really. What I'm going to do is just start off, just bringing the road in. See if I can get... There we go. And then from there, we're going straight. Don't want it to snap. I would like it to follow roughly the line of the motorway. So, something like that. And I don't think I'm going to do too much beyond that at the moment. What we'll do is we'll just water this. I'll put some pipes in around here just to preempt expansion. And then we'll zone that as dense commercial all the way along. But I'm going to leave a small gap just here, because what I'm going to do, because I quite like giving people access without cars, I'm going to bridge the road, the motorway, with a footpath if I can. I'm hoping I'm not too close to the road. I don't think I am. No. Yes? No. Come on. We're just going to go across. And down. And then, yeah, we will lose a little bit of commerce just there, but that's fine. Can live with that. And that just gives good access for people. So you can get there by car, you can walk. If you're over there, you can walk. A lot of little tweaks I've been doing to the city have been around putting footbridges in and making things a little bit easier for people. And actually I did a lot of that around here because I've got the old Gateway Park here. Which incidentally has lost a link. That's annoying. That's because I put that crematorium in. This should be a tunnel under here. Rats. Okay, I'll come back to that. As I was saying, I got this park. It creates a nice foot link, a green space to walk through. You've also got a link here to this little strip of what I think is commercial. Now, this was quite isolated for a long time. And if you're over here, you're really sort of stuck. You can't get into the city centre because you've got motorways everywhere. So I sort of squeezed this footpath in, and it really was squeezed in. And it's becoming quite popular. You can walk along the dirt track here, cross over Cooper Street, up onto the path, and then you can walk around, and then this way, and you're into the city centre. Where you've got the university, you've got the bus interchange, you've got a high school, you've got a hospital, you've got the metro stop. There's a lot going on there. So it's very easy access. It just takes you straight over this motorway, over the roundabout, with no problem whatsoever. So that's very popular. And similarly, you've got access over here into the city centre without having to walk across these busy roads. So I was quite pleased with that. And it's really, I think, has increased pedestrian traffic. And if we look over here now, particularly at the public transport interchange and the metro station, the amount of people that are using this stop, the it started to be a bit of a struggle for the computer. So 1811, and when we had the thunderstorm, that was over 2,000. So I was quite pleased. I'm quite pleased with that, other than the fact that my computer is starting to struggle with the number of people. Never mind this car though, it's just driving over everything to go and park at the hospital. I apologise again for my cough. What I need is a mute button, like an old-fashioned radio station. Well, they might still have them now. They used to have cough buttons next to the microphones. Whenever a guest or a presenter wanted to cough, you push that. It's just a hold-down button. You push it down, cough, and then let go again and carry on. And then the listener was none the wiser. I need one of those. I need a lot of things for streaming, really. I mean, this is a very, very amateur, rudimentary job, as I'm sure you can tell. There's no green screen. There are no borders around me on my little picture-in-picture on the broadcast. I could do with a better microphone. I do have a better microphone, but not set up in here. And it can't be set up in here for the time being because that's set up for work. And I can't really move that for now, but one day. And one of those boxes where you can set, it's like a hotkey box where you push buttons and things happen. That'll be fun. Anyway, where was I? Let's have a look at this commercial strip then. Oh, power. I forgot they want electricity. Ah, they're so fussy. Imagine shops wanting such luxuries as electricity. Disgraceful. Should we link that twice, just in case? I think that'll be sensible. 2 links. Just in case one fails, we've got another one. Still a very high demand for that commerce though. It's starting to go up here, these commercial units, but the demand at the moment is insatiable. Presumably because I've got so much industry. But then there's so much demand for industry. It's just industry, 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 commerce, commerce, commerce. And at the moment we're getting a drop in population. I don't want that. I want to head up to the 90,000. I don't think we'll get there today. But it was going in the right direction. We're just seeing a little drop off and we're seeing no demand. So I need to think really about further expansion of industry. We could do more here, probably. This is commerce, we could do more with that. To be a bit careful about how this connects up over here. If it does, but I could connect. If I connect over here, I'm starting to think that maybe this should be a roundabout. I hate redesigning streets to incorporate roundabouts when they're already designed because it's disruptive. It means a huge change. What I'm going to do is I'm going to branch off this roundabout. There's a weird little almost symmetry in this, but we're going to lose it now. I'm going to bring this, not that one, I'm going to curve it. Just going to bring it up here. This will probably be space occupied. Why are you giving me that? Don't be weird. There we go. Right. Any symmetry that was there is now gone, which is a shame because it now looks weird. Maybe I'll just move. What's the advantage of the mods? You can just redesign things slightly. Look at that. That looks better. It's not perfectly in line, is it? But it's better. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Oh, the node. Look at that. That's much nicer. And then we'll just bring that one over as well. Oh, yes, much better. Roundabout looks weird. Let's bring that out a bit. I think that looks better. Some degree of symmetry is nice. I mean, it's not essential. It's a vanity thing, but it does look better when there's a degree of symmetry. I mean, it might not be perfect, but I think it looks better. Right, we're going to put commerce in here. because that's connecting very well to this industry here. Now, is that all watered? No. Hokey cokey, right. Okay. We've got little patches of commerce here. Let's just fill these in. And we'll say, well, this is going to be commerce as well. I'm going to rezone that. Okay. And that one there as well. And put that there. Why not? Right. So we've got a fair bit more commerce going in now, and the demand for commerce is dropping, which is good. That means we've satisfied that demand for the time being. Now, industry. There is a huge demand for industry, as we can see. I need to be a bit careful about how I put things in. We've already got potential issue with getting waste disposal in over here. Could loop this as a one-way network, couldn't we? So we've got a lot of traffic coming off and into this this area. There's huge backlog. I think what I'm going to do first is just try and solve a little bit of that and see if that'll be resolved at all by bringing in another slip road around that way. Now I need to be careful, because what happened last time I started forking slip roads was we ended up with a massive spaghetti junction that is the road network over here, which admittedly does flow despite it being very busy, but it is massively crazy. Huge amount of traffic. But it does flow, you know, it works. Now, whether that's going to help anyone, I have no idea, but we'll see. I suppose if you're coming off the motorway and you want to go to commerce, then that's going to be a better option. We've got a 6-lane road, 3 lanes in each direction, going to 2 and 1. So we could upgrade this to 2 lanes. Sorry, wrong one. Which is going to be a bit destructive, but that's okay. I'll probably go on this for another 10 minutes or so, I reckon, and then after that I will call it. I don't think. Well, I'm pretty sure we're not going to get to the 90,000 today. The population is just dropping a little bit. We do need to improve. Excuse me. We need to improve the amount of industry. See, now these guys are complaining about too few workers. These guys are complaining about power, because apparently it's too much to ask that they get connected. Let's bring that over the footbridge. So where does the metro go over here? So we've got a line here that stops there. We can put another metro stop in this side. If I bring a small road. Where was it? Where's the metro? Lost it. Okay. So if I just bring in a small road then here. And that can literally be just to put the metro station in. Just there. We can bring that back. And make sure they've still got stops. Okay. Hopefully that will keep them happy. Make it easy to get there if that's where you work. I'll have to give it time to see if it does function as planned. And while we're waiting for that, let's think about the industry then. Let's look at the zoning. We've got a lot of industry. We've got a little patch of industry that can go in here. No, wrong one. Let's fill that in. The windmills might be a bit out of date now. We probably don't need those windmills. What am I talking about? Windmills? They're not windmills. They're turbines. Come on. There is no milling going on in a wind turbine. I know people call them windmills. It's a pet peeve of mine and I'm doing it myself. We got sporadic zoning here, which I'm sort of moving away from. For a long time I was zoning a little bit of residential with a little bit of industry, with a little bit of commerce, with the idea that people didn't really have to travel. I'm moving a lot away from that now. We've got a huge industry zone here. We've got a fair commercial zone at Portman Central. You know, significant residential areas. Not exclusively, we've got residential surrounding commercial. And now we're going commercial district over here. I actually really don't like this area at all. There's too much in the way of straight lines. Doesn't look nice. So I might have to think about this. This side I'm not worried about. We've got a lot of space here. But this side, gosh, lots of straight lines, lots of roads. Got the external motorway, we've got the bypass, we've got the local roads. It's ugly. And if nothing else, if I'm going to have those straight lines, this should butt up. Anyway. Let's not get distracted. What we're talking about, extending the industry. Well, if I put some small roads in here, I can probably fill in a little bit of this space. Maybe. But they are going to be small roads. And I'm going to turn the snapping off, so we'll see if we can get them parallel. Come on, I don't want to go onto the road. I do not want to junction the road. You're not going to say I can do that, are you? Okay, fine, we'll go like that. And the reason I'm trying to go parallel is they make these nice big blocks. No, don't like that. Notwithstanding the fact that I didn't actually connect it. But this could actually be problematic because I'm creating a lot of junctions. Yeah, I mean, we've got the landscape to deal with, so it might not work absolutely perfectly, I suppose. Okay. That's been quite destructive, but we now can open that up to industry. Just fills in a gap. And I suppose in addition, what I could do is I could upgrade, say, the middle one to a 2-lane road and use that to come down to the commercial area. Thinking about it. Space occupied. Ah, it's going to be the legs of the road, isn't it? Can't really see, but yes. Just going to move that up there. Just going to bring that up a bit. Do the same over here. Just going to raise the road up down this side. I don't want to worry too much about doing it all neatly for now. I just want to create enough room to bring the road through. There we go. Yeah, that was the problem, is the road was too low. So we got a bit more demand for industry. It was going in now. Population is still going in the wrong direction. Greetings, Perfection. Couldn't read your name. Text is too small on my screen. Ah, my fault. I've lost it. Trying to read your chat, and I've completely lost my game. There it is. You also stream cities in the morning. Yeah, I'll check out your channel, Perfection. Why not? Fair's fair. Whereabouts are you? Are you UK or US, or what sort of timescales? What's your morning, basically? Is it morning for you now? Because it's evening for me over in the UK. And we've got a problem of again, dead people getting collected. But we've got no coverage down here, so that's not a surprise, is it? So let's pop in a cemetery. Should we just put that in the middle? Just there. And that covers that area. And then we're not got much going on in this little road, so let's pop in that one there. Keep those guys happy. There we go. Yeah, so 84,000 things are just dropping at the moment. This is what tends to happen. If we have a look at the population, I bet we've got a not enough. Oh no, sorry, I'm wrong. The birth rate is higher than the death rate. I was assuming that would be the other way around because we've got the population drop. People are happy. I mean, they're the happiest they've ever been. 87% is brilliant. Normally you hover around 85, 86, so for me to get it up to 87 is excellent. So why are people leaving? We've got no demand for, well, negligible demand for industry, a slight demand for commerce, no demand for residential zones. But the birth rate is increasing. But the population is dropping, which suggests to me that people are leaving. People are moving out. But if they're happy, why are they moving out? And it's a good question, and I don't have the answer. Shall we have a look at this Twitch? person that popped up on chat. Perfection. Offline at the moment. Some football stuff. Ah, is that Germany? Very good. So there we go. There's a channel if anyone wants to follow that. Perfection, Pairfektion. Perfection. Somebody else who likes to stream the City Skylines game. It looks like they're over in Germany. I will pop them a follow if I can do it from the screen. Can I do that from here? I'll just do it from here. There we go. We shall see. Right, well, how long have we been going? Just over an hour. I think at that point I'm going to call it a day. Oh, we've got a little blaze going on here. Little one, big one, small one. That's alright then. Should we just have a look and see if that underground stop has got any use? Yeah, 153. It's not massively busy, but people are using it. Lots of people are using my footbridge. I love seeing people using my footbridges. Brilliant. That's excellent to see that. More people are walking between places means fewer people are driving between places, which means the traffic, I would guess, sees a benefit. Traffic flow is 77%. It's not too bad. Could be better. There's a few slight hot spots. Oh, we've got a water problem. Why is that? Sewage treatment not enough? It's not that, because it would say. Oh, you're just a little tiny, look at that, little tiny spot where there's no water. Missed that completely. Alright, going to call it there. Let's do a little summary of what we've done. Not very much is the answer. We've had a thunderstorm. No real major issues. We had a little bit of a blaze of the trees over here, which are now looking a little bit sorry, but they'll grow back. We've upgraded. I say we've, I mean, you guys, dear viewers, haven't done anything. It's just me. But this road was a dirt track that got upgraded so that vehicles can move down there a little bit quicker than they used to. That was fiddly because we had to move the school and we had to move the library to make way for the upgrade before then putting them back. So that happened. We've expanded the commercial district over this side. We're forking off this side of the external motorway now. And we've bridged the motorway with a footpath to link to the existing commercial district. And we've expanded the industrial zone into this little space here, which may or may not work. It may cause traffic problems just for the number of junctions on this main road now, but we'll see. And we did a little tiny bit of work on the commercial district over here, where they're complaining they haven't got enough workers. So at some point we might need to look at transport and access over there. So, pottering about, we're seeing a population drop. I think that will recover at some point, but we're obviously going the wrong way for now. Hopefully the next time I go on stream we can reverse that and see things get towards the 90,000 milestone, which is what I'm looking forward to seeing. But unfortunately, it's not to be today. But thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to click the follow button and click the notification bell as well so that you can see when I'm next live. Hopefully my voice will be a little bit better than it is today. Things are recovering, but it's obviously still not quite right there, but it's getting better, slowly. Check out twitch.tv/basicallybenGB. If I have a schedule, I will publish it there. I do try and do some weekday streams, but things have been up in the air because of this cold and cough and because of work as well. So no guarantees on the stream times at the moment, but do check out over there and I'll publish a schedule if I can. And also have a look on Twitter at basicallybenGB, where I will post little updates sometimes and bits and pieces. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. hopefully I will catch you next time. Bye.